Have you ever felt like the universe is working against you? Like no matter what you do, things just don't go your way? Well, what if I told you there's a hidden force that could change all that? A power so incredible, it could transform your life in ways you never thought possible. This is the law of attraction, and it's not just some new age fad. It's deeply connected to spirituality and the very fabric of the universe itself. Imagine being able to attract your dream job, find your soulmate, or achieve financial freedom, all by harnessing the power of your own thoughts and energy. Sounds too good to be true, right? But stick with me, because in this video, we're going to dive deep into the law of attraction and its spiritual roots. You'll discover how to tap into this amazing force and use it to create the life you've always dreamed of. Now, you might be thinking, if it's so simple, why isn't everyone doing it? That's a great question, and the truth is, many people are using the law of attraction without even realizing it. The problem is, they're often using it in reverse, attracting more of what they don't want instead of what they do want. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to flip the script and start attracting positivity and abundance into your life. So, are you ready to unlock the secrets of the universe and discover your true potential? Great, because we're about to embark on a journey that could change everything for you. Let's dive in and explore the fascinating world of the law of attraction and spirituality. At its core, the law of attraction is beautifully simple. It's the idea that like attracts like. In other words, the thoughts and energy you put out into the universe come back to you. Think of it like a cosmic boomerang. Whatever you throw out there will eventually find its way back to you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, how can my thoughts possibly affect the real world? Well, let me break it down for you with an example we can all relate to. Have you ever woken up in a bad mood, stubbed your toe getting out of bed, spilled your coffee, and then had a terrible day where everything seemed to go wrong? That's the law of attraction in action, but not in the way we want it to work. You see, when you start your day in a negative mindset, you're more likely to notice and attract more negative experiences. Your brain becomes wired to look for problems, and guess what? You find them everywhere. It's like wearing a pair of gray-tinted glasses. Suddenly, the whole world looks gloomy and dark. But here's the good news. It works the other way around too. When you start your day with positivity and gratitude, you're more likely to notice the good things around you. You become a magnet for positive experiences and opportunities. It's like switching those gray glasses for rose-colored ones. Suddenly, the world looks brighter and full of possibilities. Now, let's be clear. The law of attraction isn't just about thinking happy thoughts and waiting for good things to fall into your lap. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with what you want to achieve. It's about creating a mindset of abundance and possibility, rather than scarcity and limitation. Think of it this way. Have you ever wanted to buy a specific car, and then suddenly you start seeing that car everywhere? It's not that there are suddenly more of those cars on the road. It's that your brain is now tuned to notice them. The law of attraction works in a similar way. When you focus on what you want, you start to notice opportunities and possibilities that were always there, but you might have overlooked before. But here's where many people get tripped up. They focus on what they don't want instead of what they do want. They spend their time worrying about bills, complaining about their job, or focusing on their health problems. And guess what happens? They attract more of those negative experiences into their lives. The key is to shift your focus. Instead of worrying about bills, focus on abundance and financial freedom. Instead of complaining about your job, visualize your ideal career. Instead of dwelling on health problems, imagine yourself full of vitality and wellness. Now, I know this might sound a bit out there. You might be wondering, how can just thinking about something make it happen? Well, that's where we need to dig a little deeper and explore the spiritual side of the law of attraction. Because when you understand the spiritual principles behind it, everything starts to make a whole lot more sense. Now that we understand the basics of the law of attraction, let's explore its spiritual roots. You see, the law of attraction isn't just some modern self-help technique. It's actually based on ancient spiritual wisdom that's been around for thousands of years. At its heart, The spiritual side of the law of attraction is all about understanding that we're not just physical beings living in a physical world. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're all connected to a greater universal energy. Many spiritual traditions talk about this universal energy. Some call it God, others call it the universe, source, or the divine. Whatever name you give it, the idea is the same. There's a powerful force that connects all of us and everything around us. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. According to these spiritual teachings, this universal energy responds to our thoughts and feelings. It's like we're all broadcasting a signal, and the universe is listening and responding. When we send out positive, loving thoughts, we tune into positive, loving energy. When we send out fearful, negative thoughts, we tune into that kind of energy instead. Think of it like a radio. You know how you can tune into different stations by changing the frequency? Well, our thoughts and feelings are like that radio dial. We can tune into different frequencies of energy based on what we're thinking and feeling. This is why gratitude is so powerful in both spirituality and the law of attraction. When you're grateful, you're tuning into a high-frequency energy of abundance and joy. You're telling the universe, hey, I appreciate what I have, and I'm open to receiving more. And the universe responds by sending more things your way to be grateful for. But it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about really feeling them, believing them, and aligning your actions with them. This is where many people struggle with the law of attraction. They try to think positive thoughts, but deep down, they don't really believe them. It's like trying to tune your radio to a station you don't really believe exists. This is where spiritual practices can be incredibly helpful. Meditation, for example, can help you quiet your mind and connect with that universal energy. It can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings, so you can start to shift them in a more positive direction. Prayer is another powerful spiritual tool that aligns perfectly with the law of attraction. But it's not about begging a higher power for what you want. It's about expressing gratitude for what you have and what's coming, and aligning yourself with the energy of your desires. Now, you might be wondering, if we're all connected to this universal energy, why do bad things happen? That's a great question, and it's one that spiritual teachers have grappled with for centuries. The truth is, we don't always have control over what happens to us, but we do have control over how we respond to it. This is where the concept of surrender comes in. Many spiritual traditions teach the importance of surrendering to a higher power or the flow of the universe. This doesn't mean giving up or becoming passive. It means trusting that everything happens for a reason, even if we can't see it at the time. When you combine this spiritual understanding with the law of attraction, something magical happens. You start to see every experience, good or bad, as an opportunity for growth and learning. You start to trust that the universe has your back, even when things don't go as planned. And here's the really cool part. When you approach life with this spiritual perspective, you naturally start to align yourself with more positive energy. You become more resilient, more open to opportunities, and more in tune with your true purpose. This is why the law of attraction isn't just about getting stuff. It's about aligning yourself with your highest good and the highest good of all. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and living a life of purpose and meaning. So, as we continue to explore the law of attraction, keep this spiritual perspective in mind. Remember that you're not just a physical being trying to manipulate the physical world. You're a spiritual being connected to a vast universal energy with the power to co-create your reality. Now that we've explored the spiritual foundations of the law of attraction, let's dive into one of its most crucial elements, the power of belief. You see, belief is like the engine that drives the law of attraction. Without it, you're like a car without fuel. You might look good, but you're not going anywhere. So, what exactly do we mean by belief? Well, it's more than just positive thinking or wishful dreaming. Belief is a deep, unshakable knowing. It's the kind of certainty that doesn't waver in the face of challenges or setbacks. When you truly believe in something, it becomes a part of your reality even before you can see it with your physical eyes. Let me share a story that illustrates the power of belief. There was once a young girl named Sarah who dreamed of becoming a famous singer. Now, Sarah didn't have the best voice in the world, and her family wasn't particularly musical. But Sarah believed, with every fiber of her being, that she was meant to sing on big stages. This belief drove Sarah to practice every day. She took singing lessons, joined the school choir, and performed at every opportunity she could find. Even when people told her she wasn't good enough, Sarah's belief in herself never wavered. As the years went by, something amazing happened. Sarah's voice improved dramatically. She started winning local competitions, then regional ones. Record producers started to notice her. And you know what? Sarah eventually did become a famous singer, performing on stages all around the world. Now, was it just Sarah's belief that made her a great singer? Of course not. It was the actions that stemmed from that belief. Her belief gave her the motivation to practice relentlessly, to keep going when others might have given up. Her belief attracted opportunities and people who could help her along the way. This is how the power of belief works with the law of attraction. Your beliefs shape your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. It's a beautiful cycle that can lead to amazing transformations in your life. But here's the thing. Many of us have limiting beliefs that hold us back without us even realizing it. These are beliefs like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve success, or it's too late for me to change. These limiting beliefs act like brakes on your ability to attract what you want in life. The good news is, beliefs can be changed. It's not always easy, but it's definitely possible. The first step is becoming aware of your beliefs, especially the ones that don't serve you. Pay attention to your self-talk, the things you say to yourself in your mind. Are you constantly putting yourself down? Do you often think things like, I could never do that, or that kind of success is for other people, not me? Once you've identified these limiting beliefs, you can start to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Where did I get this belief from? How is it serving me? Often, you'll find that these beliefs are based on past experiences or things other people have told you, rather than actual facts. The next step is to consciously choose new, empowering beliefs. Instead of, I'm not good enough, try, I am constantly growing and improving. Instead of, I don't deserve success, try, I deserve all the good things life has to offer. Instead of, it's too late for me, try, it's never too late to pursue my dreams. Now, here's where the spiritual aspect comes in. Many spiritual traditions teach that our true self, our soul or spirit, is already perfect, already worthy, already deserving of all good things. Our limiting beliefs are just layers of fear and doubt that we've picked up along the way. By connecting with our spiritual nature, we can tap into a wellspring of self-love and self-belief. Meditation can be a powerful tool for this. As you quiet your mind and connect with your inner self, you can start to see beyond your limiting beliefs. You can tap into the truth of who you really are, a spiritual being with infinite potential. Affirmations are another great way to reinforce new, positive beliefs. An affirmation is simply a positive statement that you repeat to yourself. Something like, I am worthy of love and success, or I attract abundance into my life effortlessly. By repeating these affirmations regularly, you start to rewire your brain to believe them. But remember, belief isn't just about saying positive things to yourself. It's about truly feeling them, embodying them. This is where visualization comes in. Spend time each day visualizing yourself living the life you want, feeling the emotions of already having achieved your goals. This helps to bridge the gap between your current reality and your desired reality. As you strengthen your belief, you'll start to notice changes in your life. You might find yourself taking actions you wouldn't have taken before. You might notice opportunities that you would have missed in the past. You might even find that people are responding to you differently. This is the law of attraction in action. As you change your beliefs, you change your energy, and you start to attract different experiences into your life. It's like tuning your radio to a different station. Suddenly, you're picking up a whole new broadcast. Remember, though, that changing deep-seated beliefs takes time and patience. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Keep working on your beliefs. Keep aligning yourself with what you want, and trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Belief is your superpower when it comes to the law of attraction. It's what turns thoughts into things, dreams into reality. So cultivate your beliefs carefully, nurture them with love and attention, and watch as they begin to shape your world in amazing ways. In our journey through the law of attraction and spirituality, we've talked about the power of our thoughts and beliefs. Now, let's dive into something that might seem simple, but is incredibly powerful: gratitude. You see, gratitude isn't just about saying thank you when someone holds the door open for you. It's a state of being that can completely transform your life and supercharge your ability to attract good things. Think about it this way. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to always have good things happening to them? It's like they're walking around in a bubble of positivity. Chances are, these people have mastered the art of gratitude. They've learned to appreciate everything in their lives, big and small. And this attitude of appreciation acts like a magnet for more good things. So, how does gratitude work with the law of attraction? Well, remember how we talked about energy and vibrations? Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations you can emit. When you're truly grateful, you're sending out a signal to the universe that says, "I appreciate what I have, and I'm ready for more." It's like you're telling the universe, "Hey, you're doing a great job. Keep it coming." But here's the really cool part. Gratitude isn't just about attracting more stuff into your life. It actually changes your brain. Scientists have found that regularly practicing gratitude can increase your happiness levels, reduce stress, improve your relationships, and even boost your immune system. It's like a wonder drug, but without any side effects. Now, you might be thinking, that's all well and good, but what if I don't feel like I have much to be grateful for? This is where the real magic happens. Gratitude isn't about having a perfect life. It's about finding things to appreciate even when life is tough. In fact, it's during the challenging times that gratitude becomes most powerful. Let me share a little story. There was once a woman named Maria who was going through a really tough time. She had lost her job, was struggling financially, and was feeling pretty down about life. One day, she decided to try a gratitude experiment. Every night before bed, she would write down 3 things she was grateful for, no matter how small. At first, it was hard. Some nights, all she could think of was, "I'm grateful for the air I breathe," or "I'm grateful for the roof over my head." But as she kept at it, something amazing started to happen. She began to notice more and more things to be grateful for. The smile from a stranger, the taste of her morning coffee, the sound of birds singing outside her window. As Maria's gratitude grew, her energy changed. She started to feel more positive, more open to opportunities. And guess what? Those opportunities started to show up. She made new connections, found a new job that she loved, and her financial situation improved. Was it magic? No, it was the law of attraction in action, fueled by the power of gratitude. So, how can you start harnessing the power of gratitude in your own life? Here's a simple practice you can start today. Every night before you go to bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big things, like your health or your family, or small things, like a delicious meal you had or a beautiful sunset you saw. The key is to really feel the gratitude. Don't just go through the motions. Take a moment to relive the experience in your mind, to feel the warmth of appreciation in your heart. This feeling is what sends out those high vibration signals to the universe. Another powerful gratitude practice is to start your day with thankfulness. Before you even get out of bed, think of something you're grateful for. It could be as simple as being grateful for a new day, a fresh start. This sets the tone for your entire day, putting you in a positive, receptive state right from the beginning. You can also try a gratitude walk. Take a stroll around your neighborhood or in nature and make a game of finding things to be grateful for. The feel of the sun on your skin, the beauty of the trees, the strength in your legs that allows you to walk. This practice not only boosts your gratitude, but also gets you out in nature, which has its own powerful benefits for your well-being. Remember, gratitude isn't about ignoring the challenges in your life. It's about shifting your focus to what's good, even in the midst of difficulties. This shift in focus can open your eyes to solutions and opportunities you might have missed otherwise. As you practice gratitude, you'll likely notice changes in your life. You might find yourself complaining less and appreciating more. You might notice that people respond to you more positively. You might even start to see those coincidences that the law of attraction is famous for. Chance meetings, unexpected opportunities, solutions appearing just when you need them. This is the power of gratitude combined with the law of attraction. It's like you're sending out a beacon of positive energy into the world, and the world can't help but respond in kind. So start today. Find something to be grateful for, no matter how small. Let that feeling of appreciation fill your heart, and watch as the magic of gratitude begins to transform your life. Now that we've explored the power of gratitude, let's move on to another crucial tool in your law of attraction toolkit: visualization. Visualization is like daydreaming with a purpose. It's the art of creating detailed mental images of what you want to achieve or experience in your life. And when combined with the spiritual principles we've discussed, it becomes a powerful force for transformation. You might be wondering, how can just imagining something make it happen in real life? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you visualize something in great detail, your brain starts to form new neural pathways as if that experience were actually happening. Think about it this way. Have you ever watched a scary movie and felt your heart race, even though you knew it wasn't real? That's because your body was responding to the vivid images as if they were actually happening. Visualization works in a similar way, but instead of scary movies, you're creating positive, empowering mental images. From a spiritual perspective, visualization is a way of aligning your energy with what you want to create in your life. It's like placing an order with the universe. By holding a clear image of what you want in your mind, you're tuning your energy to that frequency, making it easier for the universe to deliver it to you. Now, let's talk about how to do visualization effectively. The key is to make it as vivid and detailed as possible. Don't just see the images in your mind. Try to engage all your senses. What does your goal look, sound, smell, taste, and feel like? The more real you can make it in your mind, the more powerful the visualization becomes. Let's say your goal is to buy your dream house. Close your eyes and imagine yourself standing in front of that house. What color is it? What does the front door look like? Now, imagine yourself walking through that door. What do you see? How does the floor feel beneath your feet? Can you smell freshly baked cookies in the kitchen? Can you hear the sound of laughter echoing through the rooms? The more details you can add, the better. Imagine yourself living in that house. How do you feel waking up there each morning? What's it like to have dinner with your family in the dining room? How does it feel to relax in your beautiful backyard? But here's the real secret to powerful visualization. It's not just about the images. It's about the feelings. As you visualize your goal, allow yourself to feel the emotions you would feel if you had already achieved it. Feel the joy, the excitement, the sense of accomplishment. These emotions are what really send out those high vibration signals to the universe. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great, but I'm not very good at visualizing. I can't see clear images in my mind. Don't worry. Everyone's visualization ability is different. Some people see vivid pictures, while others might just have a sense or a feeling of what they're visualizing. The important thing is to engage with the process in whatever way works best for you. If you're having trouble with traditional visualization, try creating a vision board instead. This is a collage of images, words, and symbols that represent your goals and dreams. You can create one using magazines and a poster board, or you can make a digital version using an app or website. The act of creating the vision board is a form of visualization, and having it somewhere you can see it regularly reinforces those images in your mind. Another powerful visualization technique is to write a detailed description of your ideal life. Describe a perfect day in your dream life, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. What are you doing? Who are you with? How do you feel? This exercise not only helps you clarify what you really want, but it also engages your imagination in a powerful way. Remember, visualization isn't a one-time thing. It's a practice, something you should do regularly. Some people like to visualize first thing in the morning, setting their intention for the day. Others prefer to do it just before bed, allowing their subconscious mind to work on their goals while they sleep. Find a time that works for you and make it a daily habit. As you practice visualization, you might notice some interesting things start to happen. You might find yourself feeling more motivated to take action towards your goals. You might start noticing opportunities that align with your vision. You might even experience those coincidences we talked about earlier, seemingly random events that move you closer to your goals. This is the law of attraction in action. By consistently holding the image of what you want in your mind, you're aligning your energy with that outcome. You're becoming a match for what you want to attract. And when you combine this with inspired action, taking steps towards your goals, you create a powerful force for change in your life. But here's an important point to remember. Visualization isn't about controlling every detail of the outcome. It's about setting the intention and then being open to how the universe delivers it. Sometimes, what shows up in your life might look a little different from what you visualized, but it could be even better than what you imagined. This is where trust comes in. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust in the universe. As you visualize, hold your vision with conviction, but also with an open hand. Be clear about what you want, but flexible about how it comes to you. This balance of intention and surrender is where the real magic happens. So, start today. Take some time to visualize your ideal life. Make it as vivid and detailed as you can. Feel the emotions of already living that life. And then, watch as the universe begins to respond, bringing you experiences and opportunities that align with your vision. Remember, you are the creator of your reality, and visualization is one of your most powerful tools. As we continue our exploration of the law of attraction and spirituality, it's important to address one of the biggest obstacles many people face: negative thoughts. You see, our minds are like gardens. The thoughts we nurture are the seeds that grow and shape our reality. And just like a garden can become overrun with weeds if we're not careful, our minds can become cluttered with negative thoughts if we don't tend to them. Now, you might be wondering, if the law of attraction is real, why do I have negative thoughts in the first place? That's a great question, and the answer lies in understanding how our brains work. You see, our brains are wired for survival. This means they're constantly on the lookout for potential threats or problems. It's a trait that served our ancestors well when they were facing physical dangers, but in our modern world, it often leads to unnecessary worry and negative thinking. The good news is, we're not at the mercy of our thoughts. We have the power to choose which thoughts we focus on and nurture. This is where the spiritual aspect of the law of attraction comes into play. Many spiritual traditions teach that we are not our thoughts. We are the awareness behind our thoughts, the consciousness that observes them. Understanding this can be incredibly liberating. It means that when a negative thought pops into your head, you don't have to identify with it or believe it. You can simply observe it, acknowledge it, and then choose whether to engage with it or let it go. Let's look at a practical example. Say you're about to give a presentation at work, and the thought, "I'm going to mess this up," pops into your head. Instead of getting caught up in that thought and letting it spiral into anxiety, you can take a step back and say, "Oh, that's an interesting thought, but it's just a thought, not a fact. I choose not to believe it." This practice of observing your thoughts without judgment is a key aspect of mindfulness, a spiritual practice that has gained a lot of attention in recent years. Mindfulness helps you become more aware of your thought patterns, making it easier to catch negative thoughts before they take root. But what about those persistent negative thoughts that seem to keep coming back no matter what you do? This is where we need to dig a little deeper. Often, these persistent negative thoughts are rooted in core beliefs we hold about ourselves or the world. These beliefs might have formed in childhood or as a result of past experiences. For example, if you have a persistent thought like, "I'm not good enough," it might be rooted in a core belief that you need to be perfect to be worthy of love or success. Once you identify these core beliefs, you can start to challenge and change them. One powerful technique for dealing with negative thoughts is to question them. When a negative thought arises, ask yourself, "Is this thought really true? Can I absolutely know that it's true? How do I feel when I believe this thought? Who would I be without this thought?" This process, known as the work by spiritual teacher Byron Katie, can help you see your thoughts more clearly and realize that many of them are not based in reality. Another effective strategy is to practice thought replacement. This doesn't mean suppressing negative thoughts, that often just makes them stronger. Instead, it means consciously choosing to focus on more positive, empowering thoughts. For instance, if you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," you might replace it with, "I'm learning and improving every day." Or if you find yourself worrying, "What if something goes wrong?" you could shift to, "I trust in my ability to handle whatever comes my way." Remember, the goal isn't to never have a negative thought. That's not realistic or even desirable. Negative thoughts can sometimes serve a purpose, alerting us to potential problems or areas where we need to grow. The key is to not let negative thoughts dominate your mental landscape. Think of it like changing the channel on a TV. You're not trying to throw the TV out the window. You're just choosing to tune into a different station, one that's more aligned with what you want to create in your life. Meditation can be a powerful tool in this process. By regularly quieting your mind and connecting with your inner self, you create space between you and your thoughts. This space allows you to respond to your thoughts consciously, rather than reacting to them automatically. Another helpful practice is to start your day with positive affirmations. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, like, "I am worthy of love and success," or "I trust in the journey of my life." By starting your day with these positive thoughts, you set the tone for more positive thinking throughout the day. It's also important to pay attention to the media you consume and the people you surround yourself with. Are you constantly exposing yourself to negative news or spending time with people who always see the worst in everything? If so, it might be time to make some changes. Surround yourself with positivity, uplifting books, inspiring podcasts, and people who support and encourage you. Remember, overcoming negative thoughts is a process. It takes time and practice. Be patient and gentle with yourself. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Every time you catch a negative thought and choose not to engage with it, you're rewiring your brain and aligning yourself more closely with the positive energy of the universe. And here's a powerful spiritual perspective to keep in mind. Every challenge, including negative thoughts, is an opportunity for growth. When you face your negative thoughts with courage and compassion, you're not just improving your thinking, you're evolving as a spiritual being. So the next time a negative thought crops up, take a deep breath. Remember that you are not your thoughts. You are the powerful, spiritual being who has the ability to choose your thoughts. And with each positive choice you make, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your life. Now that we've explored how to overcome negative thoughts, let's dive into a crucial aspect of the law of attraction that's often misunderstood: taking inspired action. You see, some people believe that the law of attraction is all about thinking positive thoughts and then sitting back and waiting for the universe to deliver. But that's not quite how it works. The law of attraction is a partnership between you and the universe, and your part involves more than just thinking. It involves doing. Inspired action is different from regular action. It's not about forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do or frantically working towards your goals out of fear or desperation. Inspired action comes from a place of alignment, excitement, and inner guidance. It's when you feel naturally motivated to take steps towards your goals, almost as if you're being gently nudged by the universe. Think of it this way: the law of attraction is like planting a seed. Your thoughts and feelings are like the soil and water that nourish the seed. But for that seed to grow into a healthy plant, you need to tend to it. You need to pull out the weeds, make sure it gets enough sunlight, and sometimes even prune it to help it grow stronger. That's what inspired action is all about. So, how do you know when you're taking inspired action versus just busy work? The key is to tune into your feelings. Inspired action feels good. It feels exciting, energizing, and often effortless. Even if it's challenging, there's a sense of rightness about it. On the other hand, action taken out of fear, obligation, or desperation often feels heavy, draining, and forced. Let me share a story to illustrate this. There was once a man named John who dreamed of starting his own business. He visualized it, he felt grateful for it as if it had already happened, and he truly believed it was possible. But months went by, and nothing seemed to be happening. One day, John was at a coffee shop and overheard someone talking about a small business seminar happening that weekend. He felt a sudden surge of excitement and knew he had to attend. At the seminar, he met a mentor who offered to guide him through the process of starting his business. This was inspired action in motion. John followed his excitement, and it led him to exactly what he needed. Now, inspired action doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's as simple as feeling a sudden urge to call an old friend, who then connects you with an opportunity you've been hoping for. Or it might be feeling drawn to take a different route to work, which leads you to notice a "for rent" sign in the perfect location for your new business. The key is to stay open and receptive to these nudges from the universe. This is where the spiritual aspect of the law of attraction comes into play. Many spiritual traditions talk about the importance of listening to your inner guidance or intuition. This inner voice is often seen as a connection to higher wisdom or universal intelligence. To tap into this inspired action, try starting your day with a few moments of quiet reflection. Ask the universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, to guide your actions for the day. Then, pay attention to any ideas, impulses, or opportunities that come your way. Don't dismiss them as random. They could be the universe's way of guiding you towards your goals. Another powerful practice is to regularly check in with yourself throughout the day. Ask yourself, does this action feel aligned with my goals and values? Does it excite me? Does it feel right? If the answer is yes, that's a good sign you're on the right track. Remember, inspired action doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or that everything will always be easy. Sometimes, inspired action might lead you to face your fears or step out of your comfort zone. The difference is that even when it's challenging, it feels right. There's a sense of growth and purpose behind it. It's also important to understand that inspired action often unfolds step by step. You might not see the whole path ahead, but you feel called to take the next step. Trust in this process. Each inspired action you take can open doors and create opportunities you couldn't have foreseen. And here's a crucial point. Don't wait for the perfect conditions before you take action. Sometimes the inspired action is to start where you are, with what you have. As you take those first steps, the next steps will become clearer. Lastly, remember to celebrate your inspired actions, no matter how small they might seem. Each action you take in alignment with your goals is a victory. It's you co-creating with the universe, playing your part in manifesting your desires. So, as you continue your journey with the law of attraction, stay alert for those moments of inspiration. When you feel that inner nudge, that spark of excitement, follow it. That's the universe speaking to you, guiding you towards your dreams. And as you take those inspired actions, you'll find that the law of attraction begins to work in even more powerful and magical ways in your life. As we near the end of our exploration of the law of attraction and spirituality, it's crucial to discuss two of the most important and often most challenging aspects of this journey: patience and trust. In our fast-paced world of instant gratification, these qualities can sometimes feel like lost arts. But when it comes to working with the law of attraction, they're absolutely essential. You see, the universe operates on its own timeline. While we might want everything to happen right now, the truth is that some things take time to manifest. Seeds don't grow into trees overnight, and your biggest dreams and goals often need time to come to fruition too. This is where patience comes in. Patience isn't about sitting around passively waiting for things to happen. It's about maintaining your positive energy, your belief, and your inspired action even when you can't yet see the results you're hoping for. It's about trusting in the process and knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Think of it like this. Imagine you've planted a seed in your garden. You water it, make sure it gets sunlight, and tend to it carefully. But for a while, nothing seems to be happening on the surface. Does this mean your efforts aren't working? Of course not. Below the surface, that seed is germinating, growing roots, and preparing to sprout. This is often how the law of attraction works too. Just because you can't see the results yet doesn't mean things aren't happening. Now, let's talk about trust. Trust is the foundation of working with the law of attraction. It's about having faith in the process, in the universe, and in yourself. When you trust, you release the need to control every little detail. You open yourself up to possibilities you might not have even imagined. This can be challenging, especially when things don't seem to be going the way you want them to. But here's a powerful perspective to consider. Every experience, even the ones that seem negative, is moving you towards your goals in some way. Maybe you need to learn a particular lesson, develop a certain skill, or meet a specific person before you can achieve your dreams. Trusting in the process means believing that everything is happening for your highest good, even if you can't see how right now. Let me share a story that illustrates this beautifully. There was once a woman named Sarah who had been visualizing and working towards her dream job for months. She went on several interviews, but none of them worked out. Sarah started to get discouraged, wondering if the law of attraction was really working. But instead of giving up, Sarah chose to trust the process. She kept visualizing her ideal job, feeling grateful as if she already had it, and taking inspired action. Then one day, she ran into an old colleague who told her about a job opening that seemed perfect for her. Sarah applied and got the job, and it turned out to be even better than the one she had been visualizing. Looking back, Sarah realized that if she had gotten any of those earlier jobs, she wouldn't have been available for this perfect opportunity. The universe had been working in her favor all along. She just couldn't see it at the time. This story highlights an important truth. Sometimes, what we think we want isn't actually what's best for us. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, might have something even better in store. This is why trust is so crucial. When you trust in the process, you remain open to possibilities beyond what you can currently imagine. So how can you cultivate patience and trust as you work with the law of attraction? Here are a few powerful practices. Practice mindfulness. Stay present in the moment instead of constantly worrying about the future. This helps you appreciate the journey and not just focus on the destination. Keep a manifestation journal. Write down all the ways, big and small, that you see the law of attraction working in your life. This helps you recognize the progress you're making, even when it feels slow. Embrace gratitude. Be thankful for what you have now and for the growth you're experiencing. Gratitude keeps you in a high vibration state, attracting more good things into your life. Reframe challenges. When faced with obstacles, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How might this be moving me towards my goals? This perspective can help you stay positive and trusting even in difficult times. Practice surrender. This doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means releasing the need to control every detail and trusting that the universe has your back. Remember, the law of attraction isn't about instant manifestation, although sometimes that does happen. It's about aligning yourself with the energy of what you want to attract and then allowing it to come to you in divine timing. Your job is to keep your vibration high, take inspired action, and trust in the process. As you cultivate patience and trust, you'll likely find that you feel more peaceful, more confident, and more in flow with life. You'll worry less about when and how things will happen, and instead enjoy the journey of becoming the person who can receive all that you desire. So, as you continue to work with the law of attraction, remember, trust in the timing of your life. Have patience with the process, and know that as long as you keep your thoughts positive, your vibration high, and your actions inspired, you are always moving towards your dreams, even when you can't see the progress yet. The universe is orchestrating things in your favor, in ways more wonderful than you can imagine.